Hey everyone, I really want to talk about bullies. Why? Well, all my life I've always been bullied, and I'm not saying all my life. In high school and also middle school, I was bullied big time, and the reason why, and there's no excuse for being bullied at all. I don't care who you are. I was in special ed, and being in special ed in middle school, you could actually tell who's in special ed and who isn't, especially the time that I was going through school. I was with mostly difficult children who caused problems in the classroom, who had a lot of different things. And I was talking to my neighbor about this as we were walking yesterday, because I was bullied from elementary, middle school, and high school, and college is the only time that I felt normal. Nobody knew who I was. Nobody knew where I came from. Nobody knew anything about me, and it was great. Because in high school, and yeah, it might have been so many years ago, and people say, oh, you should let it go. You're right. I should. But, and I have. Don't get me wrong. I have let it go. I have let it go to the point that I have forgiven anybody who picked on me. But when you go on my Facebook, my social media, and this is now, this isn't back then, this is now, and you criticize and you're putting me down, or you do things that are bullying, then you're damn right I'm going to remember those things that you did to me. They're going to be memories, and it's going to make me realize that your leopard does not change its spots. And see, I'm not going to mention names because I did already blast her out on Facebook, and I did that because I got so tired of playing, oh, everything's going to be okay, you know, I'm always a nice girl, I let everybody take advantage of me. Not anymore. You know, I have so many people in my life that have guided me and helped me realize that no more toxic. Even if, you know, in high school, I wanted to be the popular kids my freshman year. I had the worst experience my freshman and sophomore year. If you ask anybody, they'll tell you they didn't even see me my freshman and sophomore year, because those 2 years I was there in Orange Glen, high school, by the way, I had to have my surgery. So the time that I was picked on was a very short period of time. But it was so bad that I am now remembering everything that has happened to me. And for somebody to go on my social media and tell me to forgive them, I already have. But when the person has not changed their spots for the better, then yeah, I'm going to blast them out on social media, just like how she blasted me out by, that's William, by putting ketchup all over me after Lumpy threw me in the trash can. I'm sorry, I used his name, but that was his nickname anyways. That wasn't even, hold on, let me turn off my phone, or it's going to go off and off and off because everybody's like, Kimberly, you need to make a video about this. Okay. I was hunched, and I'm talking about hunched, okay? I had Sherman scoliosis, which is a really rare spinal disease, and when I was young, I was hunched, and I was not a very attractive young girl. I looked like a little boy because we had to cut my hair really short, because just in case I was going to have this surgery, we didn't want my hair to get, you know, caught up, because I'd only have to take wash my hair once a week, and I didn't want to go through that. So if I had shorter hair, it would be easier to wash. Anyways, so going through all this and wearing a body cast, and I'm talking about body casts. And it was so embarrassing when people knocked on my back and say, turtle, turtle, turtle. And yeah, at the time, it was probably funny for them, but it wasn't funny for me. You know, I had to go through a major situation that my life was in the hands of these doctors to find a cure to help me straighten up so I'm not hunched down like you know, they called me humpback Notre Dame. Oh yeah, they went all out. So these people really hurt me. So now, yeah, I'm corrected. I'm a beautiful person inside and out. I have a heart that is golden. You know, I forgive people, but if you keep continuing to do this, it's just like how you continue to keep sinning and doing the same sin over and over again, but you're asking God to forgive you. Well, God, of course, is going to keep forgiving you, but have you learned your lesson? No. And that's my whole point to this. Has she learned her lesson for how she treated me? Now she's a mother. Now she has explained to her children, yeah, I really picked on her big time. I used to pull her hair. I used to put ketchup on her hair. I used to take, when we were in home ec, we made homemade spaghetti, and I took the whole bowl and dumped it on Kimberly's head. Yeah. And then I walked on the grass, the senior yawn, and I didn't even know this. This is like my first day being there. And Lumpy and a couple other football players at the time. It was junior and senior football players, and so that's how I didn't know it was senior lawn. So I walked across it, but they didn't get me that day. They waited until I had a body brace on, and the body brace was made out of cast. So it was like a regular cast for your arm or your leg, but it was a body. So it went here all the way down to my hips. And then in the back, it was actually further. So if I did fall, it would hit the cast, so it wouldn't hurt my back. I had to wear this for 6 weeks. It was 6 weeks of living hell. And then I was only there for another month, and then I was out of school because I had major surgery on my back. So with that time, I think it was like 4 months I was there, and I was bullied. And the person that did it was a female. She had all these guys line up around her. I mean, she was pretty. She was a very beautiful person. She was very outgoing, very popular. So everybody just lined it up around her, wanted to be part of her group. And I was just like, I didn't want to be one of those girls because I wasn't mean and I wasn't going to be cruel. And those girls were. And as I got older, of course, I forgave her, and I saw her at, in college and stuff. And then I went to San Diego, and I lost contact with those people who actually bullied me. But now that we have Facebook, you get to see the real people's characters and who they really are. And for me, I'm going to be that person that speaks out and says how I feel, because my whole life I've been told to shut up, not to say anything. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not that little girl in the corner anymore. I'm not the little girl that goes and hangs out with her teacher at lunchtime because I'm so terrified of getting hit or pushed. My mom had to make sure I got out of school early so nobody accidentally bumped me. Because I was in special ed, this is how I was treated. Because I didn't speak to people, this is how I was treated. Because I couldn't read or write, this is how I was treated. So the next time somebody tells me I should forgive this person, I already have. Lord knows I already have. I do not forgive her for what she just did recently that brought up the past. So with that being said, bullies have been around forever. And there was a time that I was bullied, and I went through major depression, and I went through major differences. And there's been times when I was being bullied by this person that I did think about taking my life. I was not suicidal until I got sexually assaulted. But that's another story. See, this is the thing. My life has been difficult. So anybody says they would like to have my life, you wouldn't want to have my life. My shoes have always been difficult to walk in. And not one person could walk in those shoes but me. And that's the honest God truth. That's why God put me through this. To maybe help another person, saying, being bullied is not that bad. You come out as a stronger individual and you learn how to adapt. And then when they start bullying you, then you start becoming this different person. Like, you know what? Go ahead and say what you have to say, because I know who I am. And I love who I am. And the next time somebody bullies you, just let it go. Don't say anything. For me on Facebook, that was my way of saying, I forgive you, but I'm going to let you know what you did. And that's what I did. If people have a problem with it, that's on them. I'll keep praying for them because that's how I feel. And I will always keep praying for those people because that's what they need, is prayer. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Love you.